Thank you. Thank all of you for what you do for the cause. It is unbelievable to see this kind of crowd in Lake County and this many Republicans. Madison County has also joined you over the years, and I commend you for your efforts. Last summer, I met a young man named Stephen Fincher, and there were a group of people from rural West Tennessee around Madison County that were interested in trying to find somebody to run against John Tanner. And we went to Stephen Fincher through a cotton giner named Carter Edwards that was a friend of his to ask him if he would consider running. It was our belief that the district needed a congressman who truly understood what life was like in rural West Tennessee. Well, Stephen Fincher's from Frog Jump, Tennessee, and he is the epitome of knowing what life is like. He was running a tractor when he was 9 years old. He has helped manage the massive farming operation that his family does. He is pro-life, pro-gun. He is a conservative. He believes that taxes should be cut is the best way to balance the budget by letting us keep more money and grow our economy. Stephen Fincher agreed to do this after much prayer and consideration with his family. And I'd like to recognize now his wife Lynn is here, and his son Noah, and his daughter Sarah. There she is, little bitty thing. And his apologies to you for being unable to be here tonight. But Stephen Fincher is the real deal. He is a young man who was asked to serve and who at first was reluctant. And then after much family thought and prayer, said, if you all believe I can do this, I'm willing to try for the sake of my children and my family. And so he started last July running against John Tanner, and he's the only man in this race today that was willing to do that. And that was no easy task. John Tanner at the time had $1.4 million in the bank and looked unbeatable, despite some of the anger at the time from the Tea Parties. And Stephen Fincher was willing to undertake that challenge. So as you consider which nominee best serves our chances of beating Roy Herron, I hope you'll consider that, because I think it's relevant in showing that he had the courage when the going was going to be really tough to step forward. I have the other distinct privilege tonight of introducing you to another Fincher. And I think you can judge a man by his family. That's not always true, but most times it is. I don't know that my mother would agree with that. But you can judge a man by his family. And Stephen Fincher's son, John Austin, 14 years old, is fixing to address you with his first public speech of his life to tell you a little bit about his dad. John Austin is a deer hunter, a duck hunter. He goes to Trinity Christian Academy where he's making straight A's, and he too has learned the hard, tough life of farming by learning how to drive a tractor at 9 years old and being a part of that farming operation. The Fincher family also sings gospel music, and they have been ministering for 40-something years. Stephen's been doing it since he was 9, and John Austin helps the family with that. That when most kids were out playing on Saturdays and Sundays, the Finchers are singing somewhere for a sick person, or at a funeral, or at a wedding, or at a church. So he understands, the Finchers understand what service means, what self-service truly means.